Yep, this well pump has to go. Look how rusted it is. Welcome back to the channel, Peace and Nature. My name is Easy Glaze, and today I'm changing out my well pump. My old one, it's super rusted. It has 2-year parts. The pump is from 1989, and the motor is from either 2008 or 2009. Either way, it's super old, it's rusted, corroded. So I brought a new one. I'm swapping it out with the same exact one. It's a Goulds J10S pump, 1 HP. Here's the label there. I already cut off the water in the house. From the breaker, shut the breaker off. I ran out the water from the pressure tank. So yeah, now all that's left to do is to switch it out. Let's get started. So like I said, I cut the electric off in the panel, but there's also a switch here in my crawl space. So I'm gonna hit that down too, just to make sure that it's completely off. Can you hit that switch for me, bud?
This?
The light switch looking thing, bud. Yeah, off. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna start by doing the electrical first, disconnecting the electrical. We're gonna take the pressure cover off. Seems like this comes off pretty easy. Why is this just turning? Does it come out? Oh, there's a bolt underneath that I'm gonna have to hold. There we go. I think. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take the wires off. I took my pictures, and I'm gonna take off the ground wire last. That should come right out. Yep, it loops out, so let's open and screw a little more. Might have to take it all the way out. Yep, let's take it all the way out. Oh, I think that's good. Let's see. Nope, take the screw all the way out. Got one screw out.
Can I do the last one?
Sure. This one's a clip, so this one should be able to slip right out. Bingo. Here, do the next one. Because it's a clip, it's more simple. So this third one here, put the flathead there, and then you want to turn, nope, wrong way. You're going to turn towards the wall, 2 hands. Push down and turn, yep, there you go. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
No, keep turning a little bit. 1 turn, and then you can slip the wire out, that's it.
Slip wire out.
That's it, boom.
Yippee!
I'll do the next one.
I watch. So you can do it with 1 hand.
Yeah, because I'm a little stronger than you, bud. This one I'm going to just take all the way out like the last one. The way the wire wraps around it. Bingo.
Huh?
That's done. Now, I'm going to have to probably unscrew this to detach it from here. Yeah. Which is, I don't like the way they got it turned. I think it's a screwdriver. Let's see. Why do I still have pressure in this tank?
Pressure.
Maybe once I cut the pipe open. All right. Loose. loosening that there. Would this just come out? No.
It's connected to a wire.
Okay, I had to crawl underneath here so I can loosen this up here. There we go. Yeah, that needed to come out. And then I think I could take the ground wire out and be able to pull it out. Okay, got that out. All right, I'm gonna disconnect the ground. Oh, there we go. Not the best spot. All right, let's see if I can do it by hand. Yep. Whoops.
I saw a little.
All right, looks like I just pull out from here. Let's see how that goes. That's not fun. All right, these blue wires need to come out the way, it looks like. So let's try to get them that way. Like that, and then these. There we go. Bend them a little. Do this gently so I don't do any damage. This is ground wire. Come on. There we go. I might have to bend the ground wire a bit. There we go.
What is the external clamp?
External clamp. All right, electrical is off. Now we're gonna cut the pipe off. I'm gonna cut from here, put a new coupling after. Once I cut from there, all I really need to do is disconnect this side now. So let's do this first. Probably gonna be some water spraying out, maybe. I already released the tank, so let's see. Wait, let's do it this way. There we go. Try to keep this as straight as possible to get a clean cut. Oh, and there you see the pressure went down to 0.
Oh.
See if you can squeeze it to cut it. Try to be as straight as possible. Yep, it's hard. Up. Again. Hold on, let that water drip out so we don't have a mess. Say hi.
Hi.
Now we're gonna do this nice and slow. We don't want no mess. We're not professional plumbers. All right, water stopped draining. We're gonna continue. And again, try to keep it straight as possible. Whoa, there you go. You good?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Dang.
All right, looks like a pretty clean cut. So we're good from there.
Cut myself a little.
Cut yourself?
Just tiny bit.
All right, all that's left to do is to take this suction hose off. Again, I got a new T piece here. I got a new check valve. So it's pretty much going to be all brand new. All right. I got new clamps. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. These are clamps here. So that's what's holding this hose tight to this piece here.
Oh.
So this piece here is called a barb adapter. How do I know? Because I had to get all new pieces. I'm learning with you, bud. Or you're learning with me. All right. These are loose, so I should be able to pull this off. Oh, wow, that's hard. Oh, there we go.
Twisted. Oh, you gotta keep doing that.
I think so. I don't want to damage anything either. Do I need it? Let's loosen these clamps a little more just to see if that helps anything. The looser the better, yeah. All right.
What's that black thing called again?
All right, it doesn't freely come off, so I'm gonna put a microfiber around the tube, this suction hose here, and I'm gonna use a pair of pliers to kind of like break it free. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna do it gently. Barely moves. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's not fun. I don't want to rip into it. Shoot, the easy part was the electrical. This is the hard part. Oh, Lord. Okay, so instead of taking the suction hose off, it's too hard. I'm just going to cut it off. It's probably going to be better anyways for the new barb because of wear and tear on the inside of here on the old barb. So let's do that. The pump is going to be a little closer anyways, so we should be good on the suction line. I'm going to start here. If I got to cut it shorter, I will. Let's do about right there. Try to keep this straight. Bingo, perfect. Ooh, right there. It's right there at the barb. Awesome. All right.
Perfect cut. Too.
Perfect cut.
Pasta sauce.
Awesome. Okay.
That was amazing.
Cool. Does it look like a good cut? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, now all that's left to do is to remove this pump. Now I'm gonna just lift this straight out. The pump is attached to this wood board, so I'm gonna see if I could just lift this straight up. Not enough, not a lot of clearance, but let's see. Yep. Oh, there we go. Now let's take this pump outside.
You gotta get it through there.
Yeah, we'll get it through there. All right, got my son helping me out because I can't stand up tall. This pump is heavy. All right. Now, I'll probably lift it from here to push out. So 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh. Do we got enough clearance? I think so. Let me just tilt it. Beep, beep. There we go. Thanks, bud. I'll crawl out of here if I can fit. There we go. Nope, take your hand off. Hold on, Matt. There we go.
You still need me?
Yep. Old pump is out, and that piece of wood that the pump was laying on is gone. It was rotted. I made this board here with some little legs from a 3-step deck stringer. You know, when you're making your wood steps for your deck, they have these that come made already. So what I did was I cut one little section off.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. I cut one little section off, and that's where my legs came from. Fits like a glove in here. Perfect. And now we can lay the pump right on that wood. New pump. We're gonna sit it right on the board. Oh, that's heavy. It would be helpful if I took my bolts out that I got pre-drilled here. I'm gonna take that out for now so I can situate the pump. Oops. Put that down for now. Excuse me. Okay. And I should be able to go into the barber like this. Hopefully. Should be. Put these bolts in. Perfect.
Wait, that is a new blow pump?
That is, buddy.
The other one is broken?
Yeah, the other one was no good.
It's been, so was the pump there for when it was 1989 all the way to 2026?
Yeah, it was there for a long time. The pump is bolted in. I'm gonna put in the check valve. See there's the arrow here? That means the water needs to go that way. That's how you know you got your check valve correct. There we go. Screw it on in there. Why do I see this move? Okay, for the suction hose here, I want to try to dip it into hot water. I don't have a heat gun to basically loosen this. All right, I'm gonna have to twist the pump a little to get the hose on, and then twist it back into place, it looks like. So let's see. Okay. Want this to go all the way in. Yeah, hold the pump there. Let's turn it. It's going. A little more. All right, that looks pretty good. See if I could get it a little more in. Yep, that looks pretty good. Yep, perfect. See if I can wiggle it a little more. Alright, I think that's as close and as tight as it can be. Alright, gonna put the hose clamps on. Let me straighten this out. Tighten up these hose clamps. Now, from what I researched, you don't want to overdo it with the hose clamp. So I'm going to just make sure it's snug. That seems snug. And that seems snug. That shouldn't be going anywhere. Right. Next is the T. Here's our T. Hopefully, I need to align it where it comes out straight this way, so let's see how we do. Let's start again from here. Okay, let's get my wrench. And that should be perfect. Shouldn't have to over tighten that. Alright, so this is not tight enough, so I'm gonna see if I can spin it all the way around so then we can have it straight like it is now. Okay, it's about to be tight. I think that's good. Can't turn it by hand no more. Let's make that a little bit more straight. Alright. Now we're going to add our PVC. I only need about 2 inches of PVC pipe coming out. Then it's going to be an elbow. And then the rest of the piping. Got my PVC cutter. I'm going to want this as straight as possible. Here, hold that T. Where'd my measuring tape go? I just had it right here. That's about 2 inches right there. Right where my thumb is. Try to cut this as straight as possible. Oh, I don't like that cut. Alright, we're going to put on our primer and our glue. I sandpapered it down a little bit. It's not the best, but it should do. Let's move this out the way too. Get that on the inside there. We're going to want it on the outside here. Let's put the glue inside there. Outside here. Oh, let's get that bit there. Bam. Alright, and we're going to fit that right in here. Bam. And then you're going to twist it. That's to seal it in place. Perfect. Now we got an elbow. That elbow is going to go there, so then we could connect into that. So same idea. We're going to do, yeah, primer on the inside. Primer on the outside here. And then glue. And then glue on the outside there. Smells like nail polish. Let's see, saw some leak. She'll be fine. Okay. And the twist. Bam. Now we just gotta add the pipe to there, add a cup link, and we should be good to go. Okay, we're gonna add our cup link on this side. Same idea, move those screws there, T. Primer on the outside. Primer on the inside here. Glue. Okay. Add that cup link. All the way in, turned. Now, let's see this. Yeah, I should be able to get it right in. I could probably twist this down a little bit if I have to. And it should be good. I think so. Okay. Alright, let's prime this up. We'll do the inside of this first. Do the inside of that one. Gotta put prime on this as well. Should be enough glue. Start here. Oh, don't want to make make a mess. Glue there. And then glue here. Add some glue to the tip there. Alright, let's see what happens. Now, do I want to get this in first or that one? I think this one. Well, the pump I could probably move if I need to, so let's get this one in first. That seems all the way in. And then, oh, do I need to cut some? Let's see. Maybe not. Because, let's see. There we go. Yep. There we go. Okay, I think we're all the way in. Am I still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Getting all the content for people on YouTube. Okay. I think that's secure.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my wires through the hole here. I'm gonna connect my ground first. Comes with nice new green screws. Take it all the way out, so then I can just put the ground in. Hopefully this cooperates, it should. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just tighten to a snug. That should be good. And now the white and the black. All right. The white one goes over here, the first one. The black one goes at the end.
Yep.
Let's see if we can hook this right in. Oh, do we have enough space there? We should. Come on. I might have to bend this wire. Yeah. And I might just take the screw all the way out to make things easier. Okay. I want this straight. There we go. Tighten that down all the way. Whoops. I don't want to damage nothing. Make sure that's snug. Wire doesn't come out. Alright, let's do the black. Do I gotta take the screw all the way out? Probably. Let's get this wire bent a bit. Yep, let's take that screw all the way out. right, the meta glasses died, so we're using the phone. Got my son recording me. I'm putting the black on. Make sure that stays snug. Nice and snug. Did this wire move? Does not. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Let me cut it off. All right. We got the whole setup hooked up. Now I'm going to add water to the pump. We got to do it from the top where the pressure gauge was hooked up to. So I unscrewed the pressure gauge here. And again, we're going to fill it all the way to the top until we see water. Moment of truth. I got my wife up there turning on the breaker. She's going to turn that on.
3, 2, 1.
We're now building pressure. Turn it off. So pressure wasn't building, and I noticed this might have not been tight enough, so I tightened that a bit. It turned the pressure gauge, but it's all right. Go ahead, hit it. Okay, it looks like it wants to prime. Maybe if I let some air out. Let's see. There we go. It had air in the system. Go shut off the spigot outside. Shut it off. The one that I told you to turn, that was turned on. See some wood up. I guess that needs to be tightened. You shut it off?
Yeah.
Okay. So I see some water drip, and I think it's from. Let's see where it's from.
Why did it shut off?
It's supposed to.
Oh.
Yep, it's supposed to. Now. Uh-oh, I see water from everywhere. All right, I got a leak going from here and from here. So I gotta get both of them secured better. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut this PVC pipe here and get a new elbow an adapter here because I need to tighten this whole assembly up. I need to tighten this up, and then I also need to tighten this up, which means I'm probably gonna have to take this barb off, which I don't want to do. Welcome to DIY home ownership. Shaking my head. Okay, so day 2, this is an update. What I didn't catch on camera, well, you guys last saw I had a leak here. I was able to tighten it without taking this off, the check valve and the suction hose. And I tightened it there. There has been no leaks. Tightened it here because then this started to drip, the check valve, because I tightened the nipple here. This is no longer leaking as well. Now the issue that I gotta address, I got a small, very, very small weep here at the top of this nipple that goes into the T. And then I got a drip coming out this, I think you can see it right there. Right there. I got a drip coming out the PVC elbow right there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this PVC off. I'm gonna change this adapter because I have no choice because I'm gonna be cutting this off. Yeah, so we're gonna change this PVC. I'm gonna see if I could tighten this very little bit to cut off that weep. All right, let's finish this job up. So off camera, here's what I did. The pump was a little low where it's giving tension to this PVC pipe. So I added more cement blocks, got the pump higher, and now that looks way better. So as far as this T, I wasn't able to tighten it more. It would not budge. So if I still have a weep there, calcium, mineral buildup from the well, it should seal that over time. So I'm not really worried about that. Moment of truth, let's see if we fix the PVC leak. All right, I don't think I need to reprime it either. There should be water in the pump. So let's hit the switch T. Let's see what happens.
3, 2, 1.
And it looks like it's priming right up. Give it a feel. Should be stopping right about now. All right, water's filled. Let's check for leaks. I'm gonna do that off camera, check for leaks real quick. All right, and that's a wrap. I checked for leaks. The PVC is all good. The male adapter into the brass is all good. And like I said, I couldn't tighten this anymore. It wouldn't go anymore. I do see a tiny bit of weepage at times here, but I'm on well water between the calcium and the mineral buildup. That should seal. I would expect it in a week or 2 to pretty much seal up. So I call it a success. A little bonding time with my son, DIY project. We did it, kid. All right, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you put in a well pump or if you're planning on putting a well pump. Let us know down in the comments. Until next time, peace. Here's the 1 week update. We're looking good, baby. No leaks anywhere. And this part here, the T, excuse my light, I was monitoring it the first couple days, first few days. It was still weeping, leaking down. Now it looks like we're pretty much all sealed up. That's after a week, so we're good, baby. That trick may not work for everyone. I was prepared to, I guess, disassemble again and tighten up. Well, actually, I was gonna put JB water weld first on that T to try to patch it up, but we don't need to. No leaks, baby.